Yo, and welcome back to Stephen Retention. Just thought I'd go out of, on a whim and make this video today. No real high production like some of my other videos, just a standard mic in hand, camera on, and a bit of a yap about semen retention today. So what I'm going to be talking about is just be a little protective of your energy, and what I'm finding is when you are radiating, when you are shining, when your light is just exposing all the dark little demons, all the little rats running around, all the little parasites, like they start squirming underneath your light. And this is going to be more apparent when you're on semen retention, because this is going to cleanse you. It's going to make you into a more pure being. It's going to, it's going to make you look good. It's going to make your aura nice. It's going to make your discernment very high. And when you are discerning of things, so discerning is like perceiving things and being able to make a decision within your head as to what that event is. So what I find is that the discerning factors of other people at the moment is I find that a lot of people are they're tugging and pulling me at different angles. Like I've got one guy that wants me to do this, and I've got another guy that wants me to do that, and then they're kind of like both are kind of like competing against each other over what? Over me? And this is purely business related. This is nothing to do with romance or anything like that. But when you have an attractive energy, it's not just about things of sexual nature or romantic attraction. It is also the energy that you can provide them. And say if you are a business and you have an employee that is fit, vigor, and ingenious, is always figuring out quicker ways of doing things, you are going to want to hold on to them because they are an asset to your business. So what I find is being a sole trader, an individual, someone that works as a contractor for other businesses, but not necessarily as an employee. These people are kind of fighting for, my time, because they want me to be a beneficiary kind of asset to their business. And I just want you guys to know on semen retention, you're going to have people competing against you. Not against you, but competing for you. And what it can do is sometimes I think some people are going to try and keep you in this kind of state of like, you should be honored. You should be, accepting that you're in a privileged position to be doing this, blah, blah, blah. Like, you should be grateful for this opportunity that I'm giving you, and you should be doing this, blah, blah, blah. It's like all should, but not really how I actually feel. Like how I actually feel is I am doing and I am attracting, and therefore I get the things that I actually deserve. Those things aren't privileges, they are just things that I actually deserve because I've attracted this position into my life, this job, this opportunity, this money, this task that is being bestowed upon me is something that comes with certain quote-unquote privileges. But those privileges are actually just a byproduct of the higher frequency that I'm inhibiting. Therefore, it is rewarding me for bringing in that high energy that is influenced by semen retention, but also other things such as just being someone that has a purpose, being someone that is passionate about their craft. And I'm a musician, so I'm passionate about music. I'm passionate about becoming a great artist. And I find that there's always been people along the way that have tried to kind of own me. And then I think about it, and it doesn't matter if you're just a local musician like myself or someone like Michael Jackson. There's always going to be a handler. There's always going to be handlers out there that are trying to pull you into their programs. They might think that like, oh, you're this and that, blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as they see another handler try to take you from their grasp, that's when the gloves are off. That's when you see the evil side of them. That's when you see that they're not really high vibration after all. They've got a lot of opinions. They've got a lot of things they want to say. And a lot of the time, they're just like spitting negativity on you. And it's not directed at you, but it's still going into your field. This is why we need to practice discernment on semen retention. This is why sometimes, I just had an hour conversation with someone and I just thought, wow, this guy, he only wanted to talk to me about one thing, but he's really gone on these tangents. And I kind of think about it and I'm just like, that time could have been better used for something else. What did that get me? And a lot of the time, this is coming from things like jealousy. And look, everyone has different beliefs, right? So, for example, let's use music as the field, okay? Let's say your thing is that you are a very talented songwriter. You're not really good with crowds, but you write amazing songs. So therefore, you're going to prioritize your time into songwriting, and you're going to put your head down, write these amazing songs, and build up a catalog of songs that maybe one day you can record or you can get someone else to perform them live. Okay, now, on the flip side, there is a amazing entertainer, and he is, able to just, from the get-go, grab the crowd by the balls and control them and get them up and about, get them dancing, get them having the best night of their lives. That entertainer isn't really good at songwriting because he doesn't have the introspection and doesn't put the time in to do that. However, he's fantastic at entertaining. Now, the difference is the entertainer is going to get a lot of work, okay? And he's going to live a lifestyle that's going to be jet setting. He's going to have interviews. He's going to, he's going to have a lot of photo shoots, video shoots, all that kind of stuff. Wear cool clothes, talk to cool people. Whereas the songwriter's just going to be hiding in his little cave with a cup of tea, and is going to be basically a hermit from society. Now, the point that I'm trying to make is that these are different lifestyles. One is going to have a lot of money, and even the songwriter might be able to make millions and millions of dollars, but he won't be flashing it about. But it's just different perspectives, different personalities. The thing is that you can't let someone else's perspective try to override what you feel within yourself. And whenever someone... Look, here's how I feel right now. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but you take it as it is. How I feel right now is when people give me their opinions, I feel like they're just trying to program me into something that works for them. And that's fine. However, a lot of the time, I would be influenced by that. But now, I'm like, I've got enough experience to see through it, and I know that there is infinite avenues, infinite rivers for us to float upon and to be guided towards wherever it is we're meant to go. Maybe it's just a destination. Maybe it actually is just about the journey upon the flow state that we're in. Maybe it's not about attaching ourselves to the ego and, thinking that we have to be something rather than just a human being. So, let's ponder on that for a second. But yeah, what I find is that it's been kind of overwhelming when you start building up this attraction and you're getting people kind of competing over you. And I also find it overwhelming when you find people that you're kind of friends with start acting a little bit weird around you, and they kind of have that nervousness energy / timid energy because they're not retaining. Whereas the girls they'll be on you, like not literally, but they'll be on your frequency. They'll put themselves on your frequency because they know that it's an attractive frequency. And it's just something that I think you need to just understand, that this is a difficult process. We can't be influenced by people on this process. We have to carve out the space for ourselves to reside within and meditate, which is what I'm going to do after this video. Meditate on our thoughts, on our feelings, on the present time, and sculpt out that internal silence. In this current era, we have a lot of background noise. We want a little bit of ambience. We want a little bit of, maybe we like the sound of a YouTube video running on the background whilst we clean our house. So everything, and then we don't mind having a bit of background noise, like some music or some radio or maybe some rain sound effects. But the thing is that we're becoming obsessed with ambience and background noise. What we should be doing is, rather than focusing on background noise, we should be prioritizing foreground silence, meaning we should make within our internal being, we need to make our internal being silent. We need to make our internal being quiet. Let that background noise just roll along. That background noise doesn't need to be anything. Just let that internal silence bring a space of clarity to any situation. I'm feeling very zen right now, so I might actually end the video there. But if you like this video, subscribe to Stephen Retention. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're going on your streak. And I'll see you in the next one. Catch ya.